light. Finding the light switch is a monumental task, considering the size and my unfamiliarity with the room. To make matters worse, darkness grants the room a different atmosphere, eerie and frightening. It takes longer than I thought to find the switch, something that will have to be rectified later on. My skin starts to prickle, and there is distinct feeling of being watched. Unsettles me and only spurs me on in my search. And when I do open the lights, there is no.
I'll turn the lights down, woman.
Thank God. He's drinking. There at the end of the hall is my beloved husband with his face in one hand and a glass in the other. Perhaps I can let it go if it's only one glass of wine. However, I can feel myself go livid after seeing the toxic green liquid gleam mockingly at me.
Luke, what? Are you drinking absinthe?
What? Ugh.
You know what the doctor said. Absinthe, Luke. Are you actively trying to kill yourself? Because if you are, we can just hit you with a bloody car.
Honeybee, Buttercup, not too loud, please. Besides, it's Lelouch, not too strong. Just hair of the dog that bit me. Helps with the hangover, dearest.
You drank? When?
This morning, love. Don't be mad.
This guy, he's an alcoholic. He has an issue.
I just needed a few drinks, having to deal with those simpletons. And maybe I had one too much. You don't see me whinging about you leaving me to handle them on my own.
I had to attend the photo shoot and interview with Luxury Living. You know that. Let's not make this about me, Luke. This is about you and your drinking problem and...
Oh, I don't know, Hannah, darling. What if my drinking problem, as you like to call it, is linked to you?
What?
If we think about it that way, this discussion is about you. That was pretty mean of you, leaving me alone to do all the work like that. You can't use the interview as an excuse either, honey. I was informed the moment your little interview was done. So, what was it then, What were you doing?
Shit. We are... Yeah, he's drunk. If he was not drunk, then maybe I would tell him I was with Zach, but he's drunk, so let's kinda lie here. I was tending the gardens.
I was just tending to the garden, sweetie.
In before, what's his name again? Johan was tending to the gardens.
You were?
For a moment, he looks skeptical. I can tell by the gleam in his eyes and the way he sits up in attention. He thinks I'm lying, but I see no point in bringing up Zachary and aggravating him. I did tend to the gardens for a bit, so it's not a complete lie. Alright, that's fine. Just a little white lie. Besides, I just know how to please him. Sauntering over and circling around him, I place my fingers on his shoulders. He lets out a little groan before melting like butter as I massage his shoulders.
I had to make sure they didn't ruin your favorite daffodils.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Woo!
Oh, that is wonderful.
I'm not so sure it means the massage of the flowers, but I'll take it. This is better than a
So, absinthe.
Just one glass, Loosh.
I suppose I can let this one go. A bit too late anyway, you've already drank half the thing. But remember your doctor's orders.
Yes, I'll try to drink less.
Try.
Hey, I'm only human. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
Supper is spent in silence with nothing but the occasional sound of silverware. A grand feast has been served, well, grander than usual anyway, most likely due to Luke's complaints of stress. A platter of native oysters for starters, a tranche of turbot, purple sprouting broccoli, lemons, capers, and anchovy sauce for mains. To finish it all off, black tea and golden syrup sponge pudding with custard. I would not like that. Okay. But when our appetites are appeased and the plates are cleared away, Luke stands, kisses me goodnight, and leaves me to stare at my half-empty cup. Lonely in the lull of night, I sit, the house too big and too empty, boring and unwelcoming. Even with its warm tone and homely decor, it feels cold. There is no need for tears, however. I know I can get through this like every other obstacle I have faced before. This is a minor setback in what I hope will be a long and happy life. Remind myself that this place is for Luke and for our future children fills me with a renewed vigor. Besides, it looks like someone is having a cry already. Ah, shit. The wailing is far away and muffled. Yet at the same time, it shakes me to my very core as I hear it. As if the suffering is just standing right beside me. Hearing it sends a chill down my spine and makes my skin prickle with goosebumps. Who's that? No, not the basement. Curiosity sinks in as I follow the sorrowful sound into the kitchen and into the wine-cellar hatch.
Hello? Is anybody down there?
I'm curious and concerned, but there is no way I'm going down into a dark and humid underground. I'm not as enthusiastic as Luke, considers himself quite a connoisseur. However, I also cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. If it is one of the household help, it will surely need some talking. After all, this would not be the first time I've gone and found one of the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. As professional as our staff are, they are still human. More often than not, it was either Johannes or I who'd calm them down. Johannes or I who'd calm them down, would help them figure out how to go on about things. Unfortunately, I am not in high spirits right now, so I am not as wholly benevolent. So I will. What to do? I kinda want to open the hatch, but I feel like if I open the hatch, I'm gonna die. Fuck it, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it. I may not be going down, but there's no point in talking through closed doors. Or hatches, in this case. The thing refuses to budge at first until there is a soft click and it easily swings free. As I lift up the hatch, I look down into the cellar. A sense of uneasiness washes over me. That's the dream we had. It is not just a sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's suffocating. And as I look down, it feels as if it's looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. I can hear her whispering. Hiding from me. I think we're gonna die here. So we might be game over. She wants me. Needs me. She wants to drown me, pull me down and suffocate me in her embrace until I sink to the bottom. A deep abyss waits, inviting yet foreboding. That's the exact same thing in the dream. She's calling to me from in there, isn't she? And I do want to help, I do. The shadows threaten to creep out and a feeling of apprehension keeps me in place. Already it paints the room in the darker light. This is like the dream all over again. There is a hook in my stomach as well, but this time it does not pull me back. Instead, it pulls me forward. There is a lurching sensation, and the feeling that follows after is hard to explain. It feels like I'm watching myself from the sidelines, a spectator to my actions or lack thereof. I will myself to snap out of this detached feeling to move to anything except stare at myself. And for a moment, I see the look of fear in my own face. I'm back in my body, but the hook in my stomach is no longer the only one. There are hooks everywhere, tearing and pulling at my skin, flesh and bones. They pull me in every direction and it hurts. It hurts so much, but I just can't bring myself to scream out.
Help me.
Whoa, what the fuck? I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that, QTE. Ease. I wake from a deep slumber. It takes a while with the fog that has settled in my head and with my heavy limbs. But soon enough I manage to look around. I'm in our bedroom already, although I do not recall going there. Luke slumbers beside me, looking peaceful and angelic. It doesn't matter. I'm safe and I feel better than ever. Tomorrow better days will come. Jesus. Luke is already gone by the time I rise. There is not a single hide nor hair of him to be found, and trying to call him on his mobile is a bust, and it only goes straight to his voicemail. I wonder if something happened in the wine cellar. The ghost girl? The girl ghost? That's twice in a row he's gone on me. And for him to disappear today of all days is every bit upsetting because of what's to come. Morning is once again filled with a whirlwind of activity. Fortunately, I am much more refreshed as we, took a break from my responsibilities. I have not the faintest clue where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house is not here right now, absent once again from his duty. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. This is our house after all. A grand housewarming party for the wonderful White Mansion. Every person of importance from Luxbourne is invited, and there will be a few guests buying in as well. Of course, there will be some people from the media, along with friends and acquaintances who are made no less important regardless of their status in society. Marianne and I discuss business and last-minute touches to the house before finalizing everything. Not that there is much change from our original plans, or any huge additions to the property itself. The mansion is nearly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne.
Yeah.
Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
Oh, I did not notice, but the room is different than it was. There was a bed somewhere around here.
Well, I can't take all the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the right mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Objections? Luke and I had a small tiff about making the second bedroom